Hey everyone, stay tuned for this video wrap-up of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank, where you're going to learn how to go from a shrimp to a shark in the business world. Hello, Shrimp Tank podcast viewers. We welcome you to the Arkansas Shrimp Tank podcast show. It's a post-show video wrap-up. We just had a great podcast with Dr. Jordan Cooper of Cooper Smiles up in Jacksonville, Arkansas here. And we've talked about a lot of things. We're going to wrap some things up here for you. It's a great show. We hope we'll encourage you to listen to the entire podcast. One of the things we're going to be talking about is his book, Chasing the Blue Marlin. He's got a great day. He's a serial entrepreneur. And we really encourage you to listen to the entire podcast. I'm here with my co-host, Matt Haas. Dr. Cooper, great to have you. Thanks for coming. It's here
been fun.
In the cleansed and sanitized pandemic studios of the Arkansas Shrimp Tank.
Can't be too careful.
You can be assured when you go back and start putting your hands in your patient's mouth, you'll be fine. We're all COVID-free. I've had it. Gordon's had it, so I think we're pretty immune.
Y'all are safe.
We're safe. All right. So, Matt, you got the first question for Dr. Cooper.
So I'm a big believer in delegating, and you said something that I'd never heard before about not only delegating the things you're not good at, but delegating the things that you are good at. I believe you said so that you can do what you were meant to do. One of your mentors taught you that, but expound on that.
Share with our viewers.
That was a critical part to being able to scale the business that I was in. I was wearing too many hats. And one of my business mentors when I was 28, 29 years old sat me down and said, hey, Jordan, it's easy to delegate the things that you're not good at. You can find somebody else to do them.
Right.
But it's hard to delegate the things that you are good at in order to do what you're meant to do. Right. And when I got my head around, I'm going to have to give up some of these things, even though I'm good at them because I'm being spread too thin. And I ended up giving them to people who are better than me at those things. And so I learned some valuable lessons of handing some things over in order just to focus on what I'm the best at. And I think as an entrepreneur, you have several ceilings there where you start having to give some responsibility away, and choosing the right people to do that too, and finding talented people with your same core values is super important.
Yeah.
But just learning to let go is hard. It hurts.
It is.
Right.
Yeah.
And it freed you up to work on vision. You're a serial entrepreneur. You said you learned this when you were 28. You look 28 now. How old are you now?
I'm 41.
41.
Well, thank
okay.
you. You just made my day.
Well, 41, and you've built dental practices and you sold them, and now you still have a dental practice. Talk a little bit about that and about some of the successes you learned, some of the successes you've had, and then some lessons you learned from one particular failure you shared on the podcast that's in chapter 5 of this book, titled Success, Failure, and the Fish That Sometimes Get Away.
Right. Yeah, talking in that chapter about losing a really big blue marlin, I mean, it was huge. It looked like it was the size of the boat.
Yeah, yeah.
It was, I never had a chance.
And you're a big fisherman.
I love to fish. Yeah, this thing is 1,000 pounds. There's no way I was getting it in on the tackle I had, but we saw it come up. But anyway, You see it right there. I saw its eye, and then I pitched a bait, right, and it just disappeared, and then all the line came out, and it was gone. It was
man.
Huge fish. It felt like it was on Jaws. But I had a really big fish in the business sense. So my business partner and I, from 07 to 09, operated a mobile dental company where we served underprivileged schools, saw medicated children, and went to 55 nursing homes. And we got regulated out of business by some special interests. And to feel like you're doing a service to underprivileged people who can't help themselves, like people in a nursing home, and have that ripped out from under you was just devastating personally to me. And that was also a fish that got away because it was a profitable business for me. Mm-hmm. And I felt like I was doing, having fun, making money, and helping people.
Right.
What could you ask for?
Living the dream.
That? Yeah. And so that was that was one of the many fish that have gotten away from me, but that was a failure, and I had to close the doors on that business due to regulation issues that were passed in the legislature in 2008. So that was difficult. But you learn, as my dad says, you don't fight City Hall.
Yeah, right, exactly.
That's an old expression.
You learn the hard way, don't you?
And there's a Chinese proverb that says the blade of grass that stands tall gets cut down.
Right.
And we were definitely standing out and got a lot of attention from a lot of special interest and got the hatchet in the legislature that year. So it was a sad thing for us.
Hard lesson.
It was. But it's gone on to breed several successes afterwards. I pay a lot more attention before I start a business. I make sure that I know what I'm doing and evaluate the risk a little bit more thoroughly before and also, you don't want to pick a lot of enemies at one time, especially if people are older and more ingrained in an industry than you are,
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a huge issue as an entrepreneur is you're always assessing that risk. Yeah, and it's important to learn, and sometimes you learn the hard way.
Yeah, I'm a jump in and learn how to swim type of guy.
Yeah.
Quick start, as you would call the some of the different personality profiles. I'm a quick start, and that means I'm going to have to figure out how to swim or I'm going to drown. So
Yeah.
That's
well, your best-selling book, Chasing the Blue Marlin, the great title of the chapter in the book, chapter 10, I think it is Catching the Blue Marlin, and there may be some future work coming on in a book maybe called Releasing the Blue Marlin.
It might happen.
Who knows?
It might happen.
So,
yeah.
Hey, Dr. Cooper, it's been great having you. Appreciate having you on. Appreciate you coming on the show. Would you share with our viewers the easiest way to get a hold of you if they want to find out any more about you? Or?
Sure. Yeah. My email, I work by email all the time, is jordancooper@coopersmiles.com. Our website is coopersmiles.com. And I'm Dr. Jordan Cooper on Instagram. So you can DM me, message me, or look up our website for contact information if you want to become a patient or talk a little business. So I'm that's like I said earlier, I'm easy to find but hard to kill.
That's great. Yeah, check out the full podcast. You'll learn about all of his adventures and his his escapades in Latin America. He's very interesting man of the world. So until next time, viewers, stay safe, stay healthy, stay COVID-19 free. If you want to find us, just Google Arkansas Shrimp Tank Podcast.com. I'm not going to just Google Arkansas Shrimp Tank Podcast. And remember, to become a shark in the business world, we all start out as shrimp.